What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mouth Breathers. We're here for Season 3, Episode 2 now. Episode 1 left off on a cliffhanger with Billy. What you guys think about that, huh?
Pretty wild.
You guys don't seem excited for this, okay? Okay.
I'm not very excited because you just had to do the intro.
The intro was good until you guys just sat there and stared at me like I was dumb.
Okay. First of all, I'm Xavier.
I'm Connor.
And I'm the king of intros, Morgan Mullis.
And yes, I was excited. That was a good cliffhanger that left off. I was like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? Is he dead? Turns out...
He was dead.
Yeah, that's the end of Billy, guys.
Billy died.
That's the end of Season 3, guys.
Peace, Billy. Is there only 2 episodes, really?
Yeah.
So we're going to try a little bit of a different approach for this episode. We're going to try to go storyline by storyline instead of scene by scene. That way it just doesn't seem like we're just kind of telling the episode back again. So the storyline we're going to start off with, we're going to start off with Hopper and Joyce. So we're going to try to go from like our well, there's no other way to put it. Worst plot line to like best
Definitely
plot
not.
line.
As he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, we're just doing most plot relevant and least plot relevant.
Okay.
It's a matter of opinion, my dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a better word for it. Significant. Most significant plot line.
Yes. That's
Okay.
a much better phrasing. So we'll start off with Joyce and Hoppers, and Joyce and Hoppers starts off actually with 11, and this is right after Hopper freaked out on Mike and locked him in a car, and said, basically like, stay away from my daughter, otherwise you have to break up with her. So it starts off, and 11 calls Mike, and she's like...
She's pissed.
Yeah. She says, where you at, Mike? Huh? Where you at? And Mike obviously lies. He's like, my grandma's dying. Like,
It's my Nana.
it's my Nana.
That's why he ran with
And
it.
even Mike's mom's like, did Nana call?
And 11's like, she's like, Hop told me that was just a false alarm. And he was like, nope, she's really dying.
So Mike really flubs it. And then 11 gets really pissed. And like, then when they hang up, she's all upset. And then Hopper's like, you good? You good? She's not good, okay?
No.
She slams her door, and like, Hopper's smiling. He's happy.
He is eating it up.
He's eating it up.
Oh my gosh. When he's driving back, and he's like jamming to that song, he's like, you don't mess with Jim. It's perfect. He's like it's like the happiest scene with Hopper in it. He's like, I've never seen him more happier in Stranger Things.
He's happy. He's screaming and singing at the top of his voice and everything. And he's like speeding down the road, but he doesn't care.
Yep. And you know who he goes to see?
Joyce.
Is Lady Joyce.
Lady Joyce.
There's some sexual tension there.
There's a little bit of sexual tension, I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Joyce denies it, though. So he goes to the store, and he's like, he barges in, he kicks in the door, and he's like, you'll never believe what happened, blah, 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 and peace has been restored. Boundaries have been set. Emotions have been, what? He's like, I don't know.
Shared?
Yeah,
shared.
Yeah, and he just goes on this, like, rant, and Joyce is like, I'm so proud of you, and he's like, no, this is all you. And he's like, how about dinner? Dinner at Enzo's. And Enzo's is this.
You're missing the best scene of the episode right now, okay? Which is the part when he's like, not even not the best scene of the episode, but the part when he's like, when Joyce is like, oh, so you shared your feelings and stuff. He's like, well, I got a little off track, but he's like, but I had to do a little bit of improvising.
And Joyce picks up on it. She has like a little look in her face, and she's like,
knows.
wait a
She's
minute.
like, what?
You didn't yell, did you?
You didn't yell. Of course he yelled, okay?
Yeah.
Hopper yells.
Yeah, he was like, the real trick was I had to get through to Mike. I was like,
Which is exactly what he did.
played yourself.
Mike is scared.
But then, yeah, Hopper asked Joyce to go eat dinner with him at Enzo's, but just as friends, you know.
Not a date.
Not a date.
That was
not
a
a
pretty.
date.
That was a pretty awkward scene because she was definitely not into it.
Yeah, because she was like,
who said date?
and Hopper's like, no, nobody said date. I was just making sure you didn't think
Just
it
wanna
was a
put it
date.
there.
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, but he was so excited because, you know, she actually agreed to it. She couldn't stay out too late, blah, blah, blah. They were going to meet there at 7. He wasn't going to pick her up or anything, so it wasn't a date. Oh, man. Enzo's is like the nicest restaurant in Hawkins. If it's not, I don't even want to see the other one.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
But after that, what happens is Hopper has to go straight to Town Hall, everyone's favorite place in Hawkins. And there's like a huge protest outside.
This is where Mayor Klein... Is it Klein? Yeah,
Mayor,
Klein is
Mayor
fine.
Klein. Yeah, Mayor Klein's there, and everyone's pissed because they opened the new mall, and it's killing the main street.
Fun fact, Mayor Klein, the actor who plays him, played one of the characters in Liar Liar. Have you guys seen that movie?
Oh, yeah?
With Jim Carrey? So, you know, like Jim Carrey and his wife are like divorced, and he's got that kid.
Yeah.
Mayor Klein
Is the kid?
No, he's not the kid.
Darn, guys.
Stupid. He's the divorced wife's new boyfriend.
Oh.
And he's always hitting the kid and going, he's always calling him champ and stuff.
Oh,
And
so he's always been a prick.
Yeah, he's always
such a dick.
He was a
in
prick
the
in Liar
show.
Liar. He was like that over the top nice guy. He was like always blah blah blah. So I've said blah 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 like 10 times already this episode, but when I saw him playing the mayor, I was really excited. Because I knew he, like what characters he usually plays.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you immediately knew he was a bit of an ass.
Yeah, I mean, look at him, dude.
He looks like it.
He looks creepy. At first, I thought when I first saw him, I thought he was gonna be like an evil guy. Like I thought he was somehow gonna like
He just
have to
like
do with the Demogorgon or something like that, or the
Yeah.
Mind Flayer, because he just like looked creepy. I don't know.
He's definitely typecasted, but I mean, he does a good job with it. So
I liked him. He was like, I imagined him being like any like Washington politician. He's like super nice, but you're like, you fucking asshole.
the way that a lot of people online compare him is like, they compare him to the mayor from Jaws. When everyone's like, hey, there's
Oh,
a
I see
giant
that, yeah.
shark, and like we should get the people out. And he's like, oh no, it's okay, it's whatever. Let's just have fun at the beach.
Just go swimming.
Yeah, who cares about the sharks?
Yeah.
So we got a little off track, but we'll hop straight back in. So Hopper gets to the town hall, and you have like this close up shot of a guy walking, and he's got like a leather jacket and a motorcycle helmet. You don't see his face though.
But you know who it is.
No, you definitely don't. at that
You
moment.
see the back of his head, and it's. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to spoil. But you know who it is.
It was a little ominous, to say the least.
Definitely a character that we're gonna run into again.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing. Ooh. But basically, the mayor calls Hopper down there to get rid of the protesters, and Hopper, he doesn't really want to. He's like, they're just doing freedom of speech. It's okay. And the mayor's like, actually, they don't have a permit to be here, so kick them out. Get rid
Hopper's
of 'em.
he's not having it.
Yeah.
Like you can tell he hates this guy.
Yeah.
Why? I can't remember why he hates him so much. Is it just? I mean, is there a specific
Probably just
reason?
hates him.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of a dick.
He seems like I feel like having any 2-minute conversation with the guy would not be enjoyable.
He's a guy that's always trying to like take advantage of you and just gets what he wants out of you.
Kind of seems like a dirtbag.
Yeah.
A sleazebag.
Scumbag.
Piece of
Bag.
Garbage. Anyway, so what happens is, Hopper
Piece of bag.
eventually he's like, the mayor's like, oh, they don't have a permit, they can't be here. So Hopper has to like arrest all the protesters, be like, you guys gotta leave.
Yeah.
And so he arrests everyone, and then his deputy comes up and he's like, or his secretary comes up and she's like, I got you what you asked for. And he opens the bag, and what's in there, okay? It's the most iconic piece of clothing from the new season. It's his Hawaiian shirt.
It's the look of the summer.
It's the look of the summer.
The look of the season, the look of the show, alright?
I'm tired of it.
What? You don't like the Hawaiian
The
shirt?
tucked in Hawaiian shirt. If you want
Tucked in
to,
Hawaiian shirt is fire right now.
if you want to look like a dad going to a 4th of July barbecue,
And what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
nothing. If
You
you're
don't like
45
dads
years
going
old.
to a 4th of July barbecue?
No,
Hopper pulls more than you ever could.
I just don't think it's that. I don't know. Maybe in the
Have you tried it?
80s,
Have you worn it? Have you
Do
put
you
it?
have a Hawaiian shirt?
dude. It just
Do you even
doesn't-
have a Hawaiian shirt?
Yes, not with trees on it.
Then it's not a Hawaiian shirt. I don't
It's
It
not
just
a Hawaiian.
looks-
It's just a button down.
Yeah.
It just looks too like formal. Like,
What?
It does. I don't. It just like
Formal.
Have you
The
seen a,
tucked in
okay,
shirts.
Morgan, have you seen a Hawaiian shirt?
It's tucked in. That's the only thing.
What is wrong with it being tucked in?
It's like you're tucking in all the fun, man.
Morgan's like, I want to live in the 90s where everyone wore really baggy clothes and it hung around everywhere. Sorry if some of us want to look nice. Like Hopper.
Which he does when he pulls up to Enzo's in that
Oh,
new
you
outfit.
fucking
Well,
Good.
hold on. We missed a huge part. Do you guys remember why those people were protesting?
They were just protesting
They were
because of the mall.
protesting because of the mall.
Starcourt Mall.
Yeah.
We just said that.
But they're all pissed because Main Street's shutting down. All the mom and pop stores are shutting down.
Yeah.
And some people got kicked off their property.
Yeah. And they lost their business.
Which is kind of comes back into play in later episodes.
Also in corporate America in general.
Yes. But actually, the reverse is happening now. If
Now
you
we're
think
getting
about
rid of the malls.
Yeah.
Down with the malls, up with the internet.
I think I read a statistic where it was no new malls have been built in America since 2006. I should tell you where they're at right now.
Poor malls. Rest in
Nobody
peace.
likes the mall.
You went to the mall the other day.
We sure did.
We sure did, okay?
And you had fun, didn't you?
But
had
guess
fun.
what? We went to the mall and we price checked online
Yeah, we
prices.
price checked online prices.
So we basically
harassed a bunch of employees
cheated the
for like
system.
30 minutes.
I hate you guys so much.
It saved us like $60.
You're like, we're gonna go to the mall, we're gonna do all this fun stuff. You wanna come to the mall with us? And you're like, I price checked. That's the only reason I'm going to the mall.
We did price check.
We did, and we got a good deal out of it.
We got a great deal. The cashier was so pissed. She was like, the cashier at this like American Eagle was just like, you know, the deals in the store are usually better. I'm like, here they are online for a lot cheaper. And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, I can see the price right here.
Either way, we
I
got
do
new
know.
outfits. We look fly. Hopper looks fly.
Yeah.
And he's at Enzo's, and he's waiting for Joyce to get there. But
There's no Joyce.
there's no Joyce. Our boy Hopper, he's getting stood up.
He's getting drunk.
And
And you want to know
where's-
why?
Joyce is out with another man.
Uh-oh.
Scott.
Mr. Clark.
Oh,
The science teacher.
Scott?
is his first name Scott?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know
just
his
know
real
him
name.
as, like, Mr. Clark or
Mr.
whatever.
Clark. I'm thinking
But
like,
he's the science teacher. Joyce, she's trying to figure out what's going on with these magnets.
Yeah,
She's
magnets
like,
keep
these
falling
magnets
down.
are falling, and of course Joyce is like, something's wrong. Magnets don't just fall off the fridge.
you got when the garage door came up and Mr. Clark was sitting there. He had on those like dark goggles. He had super short shorts and a mustache.
Dude,
They
he
played
was
that.
styling.
What music did they
That's
play?
the look of the summer.
That was just like a killerly hilarious,
That was a good scene.
reintroduction of his character.
Yeah,
And so,
but so he's kind of explaining that, magnets, they can lose their.
Magnetism,
Sure, that's the word.
magnety. They can use their
that is
magneticism.
absolutely not it.
We're not scientists.
Their magneticness.
They can lose it if there's basically like a stronger power source or stronger magnetic pull.
Mhm.
Interesting.
And Joyce is starting to think, the gears are turning. She's like, there has to be something going on, something that's tied into the power outage maybe, and with these magnets going on, something's not right. She knows. But then we cut back to Hopper, who's at Enzo's, who is completely just
He's trashed. He's trashed. He's just drinking. He's got his Hawaiian shirt on with a blazer, looking fresh, looking fly.
Yeah, and
And he is drunk.
it's hilarious.
And eventually the waiter comes up and the waiter's like, "Sir, would you like to order an entree now?" He's like, "Enzo, no, I've lost my appetite."
My name's not Enzo.
And the waiter's like, "I'm not Enzo. Who's Enzo?" Like, that's the name of the restaurant. And then just Hopper gets he throws a bunch of cash down the table. He's like, "Keep the change." He storms out. And the waiter's like, "You can't bring open alcohol out of here." He's like, "I'm the chief of police. What are you gonna do?"
Yeah, he's like, I can do anything I want. It's
You do whatever I want.
Chief of police.
But as he's leaving, okay, familiar face. It's a man in a leather jacket with a bike helmet. Turns around and looks at him. It is the Russian soldier guy from the first scene of the first episode.
the Russian Terminator.
Russian Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger light is there, okay?
It's there in Hawkins.
As soon as they showed the back of his head, I knew who that
I knew who it was. Well, I yelled it out when I saw it.
There was no hiding it. It was, they didn't show his face, but you were like, oh shit.
You know a Russian Terminator when you see one, right?
Yeah, you don't confuse him with the American Terminator or any other Terminators. You know it's the Russian
There is
guy.
no American Terminator.
Well,
Uh-oh, his brain just exploded.
oh my god.
You've never seen
No.
a man so confused than right there. Yes.
I was like, that's a lie. And I was like, well, technically,
Yeah, but he's Austrian.
we don't have an American Terminator.
Uh-oh. Morgan, are you going to become our American Terminator?
I'm moving to Europe.
Wait a second. In T2, is he American? Nobody knows. He doesn't talk.
I would say, who cares about this?
Who cares? No one
You
cares
could
about
say,
Terminator, okay?
We'll be back to you with that answer next episode.
No, we won't.
We
also,
absolutely will not.
we need to get to the
Next episode, Morgan's out. We're not inviting him back.
I'm going to make a plan.
So
every episode.
next, the next scene we're going to talk about, that's the end of Hopper and Joyce's storyline.
Just his heart got broken.
His heart got broken. He gets drunk. He leaves.
Joyce learns about magnets.
Joyce gets a quick science lesson. That's really about it. And then we'll hop straight into the next one we're going to talk about, which is Jonathan and Nancy. Now we have obviously talked about this before, but they have the best storyline of season 2. And
I don't
not
think
season 2,
it's
season
all
3.
that bad.
And it's pretty good.
It's slow.
It's definitely slower than the other
slow.
seasons, and not as enjoyable. But Nancy has cool hair. So it starts off, and
That makes it okay.
and Nancy is basically like, she just got in the call about the rat, and she's like, I gotta go check out this rat.
Oh yeah, and this is where we meet the old woman.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
So like naturally, like her bosses are huge, horrible people. And,
she
like,
kind of looks like my grandma.
they're the worst. And like Jonathan and Nancy's like, Jonathan, come on, we're going. And Jonathan at first is like, no, Nancy, I can't go, but he's gonna say yes, of course. Like, come on, Jonathan, we all know what
whipped.
you're gonna do.
You're going to leave with Nancy. Come
You're
on,
leaving.
let's
You're
do it.
going with Nancy.
If Nancy tells you to jump off a cliff, you jump off a cliff.
Come on, John.
That's for how high
Jonathan's
you
lying
want
to
to be.
himself.
Also, but I mean, he was just in the room working with the photos. Like, what else is he going to do?
I like how and Nancy opens the door and he's like, Nancy! And you're like,
Nancy!
Is
The
this a
light,
surprise? Like, and he like doesn't even have to turn around. He knows it's Nancy. He's like, Nancy, close the door.
Nancy, stop.
Jonathan knows, and so they go off and they head to this lady's house with
Miss Driscoll.
Miss Driscoll.
Miss Driscoll.
Miss Driscoll's house. Okay, with the rat.
She's a good character.
Okay,
she's a really good character.
Yeah, but she basically introduces them that, you know, there was this, all her fertilizer that was in the basement has been eaten through, and she thinks that it's by rats. And it's a weird thing because rats typically don't eat fertilizer, which I mean,
Yeah.
that's a little strange.
Which is totally normal. Rats don't eat poison.
Yeah, so we're like,
I
okay,
eat
what's going on
fertilizer
there?
every day.
And
That's
then
why
she
you're so
goes.
strong, Connor.
Then they hear like a little rumble, and then she goes, "Oh wait, I also caught the rat."
Oh, I forgot. I caught one of these diseased animals.
I hated that part because she was like, I almost forgot the best part. I caught one. You're like, how'd
What?
you forget? If,
Yeah, why
if
didn't you
I
say that
had one, of
first?
those, I would have been like, look at that. This thing right here ate all my fertilizer. There's no doubt about it.
The rat looked weird, okay? And I don't know why Nancy was not more interested in this rat. Because Jonathan was definitely interested. He was like, what's going on with
Yeah,
this
Jonathan
rat,
was taking
okay?
pictures of it, and he was like, "This thing's bugging out. It's weird."
Nancy was calling like Home Depot, being like, "Is your fertilizer okay? Like, is it?"
Yeah,
are
Nancy's
there any
calling
rats?"
around town. She's like, "Hey, have you guys heard about rats? Have you heard of rats before?
And Nancy's like, have you ever heard of a rat?
You know what a rat is?"
Have you heard anything about rats in general lately?
And
Then
then
she's like-
somehow they get a lead, and they have to leave. And of course, as soon as they leave, the
It-
rat's just freaking out. It
the rat blows up.
explodes
It-
and
it's-
turns into a blob of flesh, and then it like oozes out of its cage and scatters away.
I
And
don't
you're
even
like,
know if you would call that.
That part was
flash.
nasty, okay?
It was just gross.
Another thing that made me think of, do you guys remember the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie where they all turn into purple goo?
We're skipping ahead. We're skipping ahead. We are skipping ahead.
I
So
honestly didn't
it turns
even
into
watch
goo
Power
and it
Rangers.
leaves, okay? That's all that happens. We need to quickly get out of this conversation before anyone brings up Power Rangers.
It was a throwback. It was.
So here, you want to know
obviously-
something happens? And you want to know something nice that relates back to Stranger Things, actually? The guy who plays Billy is the Red Power Ranger in the reboot.
There we go. It's all tied.
No.
Yup. Okay.
way!
So the next storyline we have to talk about is the Scoop Troop. And
We're not gonna. He's a Power Ranger.
Shut up.
Yeah, he's Power Ranger.
No wonder he's so good. He's a Power Ranger, dude.
He's way too happy
Wait,
about
what were you
this.
gonna say? No wonder he's so good. What?
He's a good actor, man.
That's not what it is.
He's a good actor. No,
That's not what it is.
no wonder he's so good looking. He's a Power Ranger.
There
dude.
it is.
You have to be good
No
looking.
wonder Billy is so good looking.
Do you know what Power Ranger reboot is off of?
Don't
Don't pull it up.
don't pull it up right now.
Oh, I really want to see what he looks like.
So the next
Damn
shut up. So the next scene that happens, the next storyline we're gonna track is the Scoop Troop.
Scoop
And
Troop.
Scoop Troop is my personal favorite, my favorite like storyline of the season probably.
I hated it at first.
How did you hate it?
I just thought it was slow. It was just like this is the second episode. The first episode I was just like, oh, they're just like doing
I
their own
love
thing.
I love Steve Harrington. I love just Dustin. They're like whole dynamic.
I would
It's
say
best part.
the first episode, they're not the scoop troop yet.
The
This
second episode,
this
this
is
was
when they
troop.
become scoop
the
troop.
scoop forms. Okay, the troop forms.
See,
Okay.
I was just more invested in the other kids because they
Yeah.
were all together, and I was like, okay, this is where the story's gonna be.
I can
Is
see
it-
that. That makes sense.
like-
yeah.
But they
You
had
know-
the whole Russian storyline.
But this is
But this is episode.
this is
2.
episode 2 now.
Yeah. This is episode.
So
2.
episode 2, it starts off with Scoop Troop with Dustin coming in the mall, and he walks up,
I'm
and he's
Dustin.
like, is he here? Is he here? And then Maya Hawke, Ethan Hawke's daughter, is like,
Robin.
I know who it is. I just wanted to call her Maya Hawke, but Robin is like, I guess is like, who are you? Who are you? And then out of the blue, they start playing like what can only be described as sailor music. And Steve runs out. He's like, he's back!
He's back.
He's back!
Just the way he says it, it's like the most excited person in the
That
whole
was my favorite part of the one of my favorite parts of the episode when he just comes out and he's like does like a little handshake with Dustin.
Oh, they do the lightsabers.
And he do
It's like,
lightsabers.
Best handshake I've seen in a long time. They had like a whole routine down and everything. I've
I-
always wanted to have that with someone, but
I bet there's a YouTube video out there that's like a tutorial on how to do the Dustin Steve
You could
handshake.
probably just watch it a couple times and figure it out.
should we figure it out?
If we
Why
should,
not? Why
should
would
we
you not?
recreate the handshake?
Yeah.
we should.
Oh my gosh.
We
let's do it.
should. We should just recreate a bunch of scenes from Stranger Things.
We just talked about this before the episode. We're doing it.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink.
Maybe in the
Maybe
future.
we'll do that in
Maybe.
the future, listeners.
Who's gonna be Billy though?
Comment on the scenes that you want us to recreate.
Oh, that was a good idea.
Thank you.
That was
But
good.
Dustin tells Steve that he intercepted a Russian message.
What? Can you speak up a little bit? I can't hear you.
I intercepted a Russian message.
Dude, just talk normal. What is
I
it?
intercepted a Russian message.
Everyone's like, the fuck?
And then everyone in the mall like stops. They're like,
Everyone's like, did he just say Russian?
Are you a threat to our country? What?
Say what? So basically,
Paul Blart shows up and is like, you gotta get out of here.
uh-oh, not Polly.
Paulie Blart.
Polly.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is Dustin and Steve spend like, Lord knows how long trying to decipher this message, but I mean, they don't know anything about Russian or how to speak any other language.
They have this little handbook that's like Russian 101 or like a Russian dictionary.
Yeah. And also, they didn't realize that the Russians have an entirely different alphabet.
Yeah.
And then Robin burst in and she's like, okay, it's my turn. Let me try to figure this out. Because I'm fluent in 4 languages, something that's really important that we get to learn. I'm
And
like,
then Robin proceeds to just figure it out in 2 minutes of screen time.
basically,
She
yeah.
also gives us a little sneak peek on her language skills. A, hey, here, they.
Ixnay.
Ixnay.
Porchnay?
Porchnay?
And they were like, oh my god, it's so good.
It's pig Latin, dipshits.
So savage.
Oh,
Did you
that
guys?
was a good scene. That was a good scene.
I used to speak Pig Latin like in 5th grade,
I
like
can still do it
to
now.
my friends, like in class. Would be like, you guys don't know what we're saying.
Everyone knew what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
Literally everyone knew what you're saying.
Not the girls. The girls didn't know.
it's debatable.
Girls know how to... Robin spoke pig Latin.
Robin spoke 4 languages.
All those girls knew I was talking about.
Oh no, Morgan.
Morgan.
What terrible things did you say?
You don't want to know.
Oh,
5th
God.
grade me.
Probably worse than now?
What do you mean worse than now? I'm not.
It can't be worse than now. So we're gonna get back to this. Okay. So they end up... They crack the case, and I don't even remember the exact translation. It was like the silver fox feeds or something. The silver cat.
The silver
Feeds.
fox.
Walks at midnight, something.
It's something.
Um,
It's a
yellow
code.
It's a
It's blue
code.
in
That's
the
the
West.
biggest thing is
It's
that.
obviously a code.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's the code?
Yeah, and they basically like they translate the whole thing. They don't know what it means. They know that it's a code, but they don't know what's the point of it. But Steve, he hears the music That's
No,
playing
he
in the back
he
of
definitely
it.
does not leave. Oh yeah, he hears the music in the background.
Mhm.
But then when they're leaving, there's a really funny scene where Robin and Dustin are walking and talking about like this code. And they're like, "What could the code mean?
Give me a
Figure out the
quarter!"
code." And then still Steve, he's just standing there looking at like a mechanical horse. And then like Steve, he's like, "Give me a quarter!" He just screams. You're welcome, everyone out there. I just did my best Steve impression.
You just all busted your eardrums, dude.
You're welcome.
Don't kill
No,
the audience, please.
That was awesome. And I remember he's like, Steve is sitting there looking at it, and Dustin's like just laughing. And then he's like, "Oh shit."
They figured it out.
Yeah, but okay. Here's my thing. Steve goes, "That sound. It was. They recorded that code here." I'm like, okay, well now wait a minute. Now,
How did they pick up? I thought the
okay,
same
why
thing.
why did it have to be that mall? You're telling me that sound couldn't have been played anywhere else?
Okay,
Or-
all I'm saying right now is they could have mechanical horses at other malls and other parts of the
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm like-
I want to say this, but it's a spoiler.
Don't spoil
Ugh.
anything.
Just this episode. Just
That-
this episode.
That.
Oh.
Okay, here's.
He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. He
Damn,
can't
can you
figure
say
it
it in
out.
code? Say it in big Latin.
They didn't pick. Never mind.
Oh,
It just.
don't
He was like,
spoil
it came from here, and I'd be like, oh, I can say this. This isn't a spoiler. That horse can't be that loud.
True.
So that means that wherever they were, like, recording it from had to be really close.
like right.
Like, I mean, like,
Like,
right
they're-
there.
Yeah.
They have to be riding the horse.
I mean, because, like, you think about it.
Yeah, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, but you're just like, okay, I guess
It came from here.
Yeah,
I'm not
sure,
questioning
it.
it.
Came from here.
It happened.
Starcourt. Steve said it. I'm
From
listening.
this horse specifically.
They also don't listen to Steve because, like, when they first listen to it, he's like, that music. And Dustin's like, shut up, Steve. Like listen to the words. And he's like, that
To the
music.
Russian.
Steve's not really the smartest guy, honestly.
But he was onto it.
Yeah, he.
he was on to the music. He was on the music.
But that's basically our scoop troops, which goes into our next group, the Stranger Kids.
Stranger Kids.
Stranger Kids was great this episode.
It was great.
It
And
was good.
so it originally starts with Mike and Elle. They're on the phone. They're talking. And of course, like we said earlier, Mike lies to Elle.
He's still scared shitless from
Yeah.
Hop.
Still scared from Hop,
Who
but he
wouldn't be?
still lies to Elle. And that's the biggest thing.
Friends don't lie.
Friends don't lie.
Friends don't lie.
And so then Elle, she goes over to meet with Max to ask for advice.
It's a killer scene
Okay.
when Max is skateboarding and the skateboard like goes right to Elle and she kicks it up and catches it and she
Yeah.
just looks pissed. Awesome scene.
Okay, I love that. It's like the dual scenes where like Mike's talking to Lucas
Mhm.
and Eleven's talking to Max. Like it's like splitting back and forth and them talking, and they're like, and Eleven's like, why would he do this? And then Max and Lucas proceed to give what can only be described as the worst relationship advice.
Yeah, I was just like, they're giving terrible advice, but also they're like kids, so they don't know.
Yeah, they're like
But here's the
babies.
thing: Lucas even says he was like, Max has dumped me 5 times, but we're still together.
Mike
I still
had to
win her
know.
over.
Lucas is
It's like I win every time.
His advice isn't that bad. He was like, I'm going to take you to the mall. You're going to get something really shiny, and you're going to get him back. And I was like, he's not wrong. I was like, he's not that far off. He's almost there.
He's a little wrong.
But Maxine's like, he's a piece of garbage. Dump his ass.
Treat him like garbage. Treat him like
Yeah,
garbage.
He
11.
treats you like garbage. You
He's-
treat him like garbage.
I know. And I was like,
I was like, ooh.
Maxine. I was like, no wonder you've broken up with Lucas 5 times. You're mean as
Literally,
hell.
anyone could have just been like, "Oh, go talk to them," and that would have solved every single problem.
Nope.
But no.
They all just
So
keep lying
then,
to
of
each
course, both groups end up going to the mall.
I think we're forgetting about the best part when Lucas and Mike run out, and then Will's like, "I'm still here, guys. I'm
Oh my
still
God.
here."
Will the whole
Will-
episode is just...
Will the whole episode. I just wanted to hit him.
He
Like,
needs attention. He needs someone
Oh,
to just
he
needs-
pay attention to.
He's
him.
he's like, can we play D&D? And Lucas and Mike are just like talking about Elle. You gotta stop lying to her. You gotta do this. You gotta go buy her something shiny. He's like, can we play D&D now, guys? Like,
literally the
I'm
whole
right over
episode,
here.
like,
And then he's like, we gotta go to the mall. They run out and he's like,
guys,
guys.
can we
completely
play
leave
D&D right now?
And the door like shuts.
Yeah.
Shut up, Will.
But then both groups, they go to the mall, and Max and 11, they are running around the mall. They're having like a good time. They are just having fun and picking out new outfits. It's
Yeah.
a good like little mall montage that they do.
But
A montage.
Montage.
montage. 11's not supposed to be out though.
That's true.
Yeah, because Hopper's not supposed to. Is he not let her out at all?
I don't think he's trying to like keep her hidden just because last time she went out,
Yeah.
everything kind of just went.
Yeah, Will turned into
Haywire.
literally like a strange creature.
Yeah, it was just not good. And also, could still be crazy scientists that are hunting her down.
Yeah, true. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Well, I'd probably keep her inside too. But yeah, that's just like because when they first go to the mall, he's like, too many people. And she's like, we're going to the mall anyways.
Max is like, let's go.
We're going to get you killed.
But I mean, they go. 11 gets a new outfit. It's her new look this episode. 11 and Hopper get 2 new outfits.
I know the styles of the summer.
Styles of the summer.
They
boys.
sell that romper that she's wearing at Target for $27.99. I don't want to get too excited.
Target's not paying us enough to plug that. Okay?
Yeah, not enough. Target, please sponsor us.
Target, American Eagle.
Target, listen
Anybody
to all
else?
25 of our listeners, and they'll all go buy your clothes.
We had
47 listeners last time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for giving us 47 views.
Can we just get to 50, please? This
Get to
episode.
50. Tell your friends.
Tell 3 friends.
Tell three friends, and maybe we'll send you a personal card.
We can't afford that.
Yeah. Send us your email. Just comment your email address if you listen to this, and we'll send you a thank you email.
Maybe.
We only have 47 views. What is that? 47.
Okay, guys, let's hop back in the episode. Okay.
That's our. We don't have enough money to give away prizes, so we're just gonna do thank you.
But
emails
not
instead.
having enough money also ties into the guys because they're looking for a gift for Elle at the mall, and they do not have nearly enough money. They start out going to like the jewelry store.
Mike has $3. Okay, like the man is broke.
that. I wonder how much that is in like today's money. Like back then, it was probably what, like
Why would
$10.
you buy a teddy bear?
Yeah, he was gonna buy like a diamond teddy bear, and it was like, oh, that's not.
It's $300.
It's $300. He's
I-
like, I have $3.50.
I would have gotten back together with Mike if he would have got me a diamond teddy bear.
You would get back with Mike no matter what.
Mike's he's a catch, man.
There it is, folks. Mike is a catch.
Morgan's into him.
I'm not into Mike. He's not my type.
But of course, after the mall, the 2 groups run into each other. And here's probably the biggest scene
Ooh, that was awkward.
with them.
That was awkward.
That was so funny.
I was like,
yikes.
uh-oh. And you knew it was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like building up to it. And then Mike tries to like lie his way out, and
Yeah.
Lucas tries to help him, but it's just not working.
Okay, Lucas, ultimate bro. Because at first he's like, you gotta stop lying to her, man. Like, why didn't you come to me first? And then what does
Lucas
Mike
is-
do? He keeps lying to her, and Lucas is like, yep, she's sick. Sick.
Mike's
as
Mike's
could be.
digging the hole, and Lucas grabs a shovel and jumps straight in. He's
Yeah.
like, "Let's go, guys."
Yeah,
He's like,
he's
if we're doing this, we're doing it.
I'm going down with you, brother. It was awesome. I was like,
Good on him.
you're a good friend.
And then 11, what does she do? She walks up to Mike and says, "I dump your ass.
How did she
Yeah.
say it?
I dump your ass.
I dump your ass.
I dump your ass." Because she still speaks a little bit like she does.
When she doesn't go outside.
Yeah, she doesn't go outside. She doesn't really know how to talk very normally.
she's
sometimes.
not allowed to go in public. This is the first time she's been to the mall. She
And then-
can't speak proper English.
Mike's like looking depressed, and Lucas is like astonished. And then Will over here,
What do you
has
think he said?
the
Will.
audacity. Can we play D&D now? Like, if I was Mike, I would have punched him right in the face.
He
I'd be
straight
like,
up
"Will,"
saw his best friend get dumped, and he's
by
like,
his first love. Like,
yeah, they're like, can we play D&D now?
can we play D&D now, guys?
It's
I want
like,
to dress up like a
stop.
wizard. Like, Will.
It's like, stop. Now, if they weren't going to play it before, now is
They
definitely
have
not
less
the
of a
time.
chance to play now, Will.
That kid's emotionally unstable, dude.
He's feeling weird things on the back of his neck.
And he's like, I just want to play D&D. Go away.
It's like he's like scratching the back of his neck. He's like, D&D? D&D?
Mine.
Scratching his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness. So that'll hop us straight into the last. We'll go into the last storyline now, because that's just where it ends for them.
Yeah.
And so the last storyline we're going to talk about is Billy.
Billy.
And
Billy.
Billy is the MVP of the season. Let's be completely honest.
So the
we all know it.
Yeah, the first episode left off with him getting dragged down by that thing.
We don't know what it was.
Whatever it was.
A strange tornado.
A stranger
thing.
thing. There it is. Back-to-back
I'll pun with you.
episodes. That was a high five. I hope you guys can hear that.
This softest high five.
Yeah.
A very gentle high five.
But the first episode, I mean, the second episode, you know, he's back. He's alive. He's not dead. He's running out of the thing, and he's like freaking out.
Steel mill, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
steel mill. Yeah, and then where does he go to? A telephone booth. He calls 911, and she goes, "What's your emergency?"
Then it cuts. It cuts.
Yeah, the power goes out. all this crazy stuff starts happening, and where is he?
The upside down.
That's where he's at. Billy is officially in the upside down, and nobody is there to help him. And he is freaking out. This is actually kind of a scary scene.
Yeah.
You're like, what is going on?
A little spooky.
Too spooky for me.
Yeah, it's crazy. But,
he gets approached, remember?
Mhm.
He, like, sees off in the distance, and it's, like, this, like, group of, like, people, and he's like, what do you want, guys? What do you want? And then they walk up.
this is any girl's dream, by the way.
It's a bunch of Billies, okay?
Any girl's dream. A bunch of Billies walking out.
and then I don't remember what did they say?
To build.
Yeah, to build.
Oh yeah, to build. And then Billy's like, looks at him, he's like, what?
He's like, what?
What you see.
He's like, what? And
Build
then
what you see.
Billy then they just let Billy go.
Yeah, and then he's like...
And that's the end of his story. He lives a happy rest of his life, and that's it.
Nothing bad happens to Billy anymore for the rest of this episode. For the rest of the
Easily.
He's
season.
actually fine. He's
Yeah.
actually fine. He's in better health than he was before.
It was just a bad trip.
He starts
That's
going
all.
to the gym more. He goes on a diet.
He doesn't need to go on a diet. He's already in great shape.
Yeah, he's already
Didn't you see the
perfect.
pool scene?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He gets in better shape.
Okay, well, he's obviously
Even
not
better?
okay,
Is that even
okay?
possible?
He's not okay. Billy does not look good. He goes into work the next day.
Yep.
And first of all, you already know something's off because he's wearing a black tank top and he's not shirtless, okay?
Yeah. That was the biggest thing. It's
Yeah.
like he's not shirtless at the pool. Billy's...
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
He's in worse shape now.
He does not look okay, okay?
He's like stumbling around. He looks like he's like really hungover or like really drunk.
It honestly, like...
It looks like he's tweaking out, honestly.
Yeah.
Like he did some hard drugs.
Yeah. But he goes back to the storage room, and Miss Wheeler follows him back there.
This is a savage scene, I won't lie.
Yeah.
They just start making out in the locker room.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. This is not
Billy's
not
like
happening.
facing the wall, like,
He's, like,
sweating.
Veins are popping
and
out.
Miss Wheeler, she's
I
trying
think
to, like,
he was. I'm pretty
explain-
sure he was drinking bleach when she walked in.
Maybe he was doing something weird in that.
He was doing
storage room.
something weird. He was definitely drinking something. It
It-
might have been water. It might have been.
It doesn't show it.
He definitely eats chemicals.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think they want to show someone drinking bleach on TV.
Yeah, true. You don't want to support
The bleach drinkers.
Yeah. Bleach
I bet
drinkers.
Tide would have went ballistic if they showed that again.
Billy's back there chewing down Tide Pods
Dude,
like left and
that
right.
would have been such a savage scene if all the rats were just eating Tide Pods instead. Instead of fertilizer, it was just like laundry detergent and Tide Pods.
I love me a good Tide Pod in the morning. Billy just pops one in his mouth.
All the rats just go fucking nuts.
Oh god. But no, so Miss Wheeler goes back there and she's trying to explain like she's sorry that she didn't show up and everything.
Billy just turns around and viciously kills her. Like,
Yeah.
literally grabs her head and slams her into
Caught me so off guard.
like a metal, like, it wasn't a grate. It was like, what was
It was
it?
like a shelf.
Metal
It was
shelf.
a
Yeah,
shelf.
like a metal shelf. Like, hit her right in the temple. She's dead.
Yeah. But that's what he thinks he does. It's like a
It's a hallucination.
yeah.
It goes blackout.
And then, but really, Billy, he catches on and he just tells her, he goes, just stay away from me.
Stay away from me.
Yeah.
Because he
bumps
knows that
into it.
he's losing it. So he tells her to stay away from her, and then he walks out. He's trying to go to the lifeguard stand.
He's not good.
It's like it's honestly, it looks like he's having like the worst migraine because everything is like irritating him. The sunlight, the sound,
Yep.
anything is destroying.
That's
him.
a really good like
That's a pretty good
representation.
description,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
And he, like, sits down in that lifeguard stand. He's not having it. He has to go back in.
That
He gets burned on his arm.
Yeah,
He
after
gets
being
burned
out
his
there
arm
for like a
because
few
his-
minutes, his arm.
Like, starts, like, melting, basically.
Yeah.
What is that? What it's from? I thought it was just like a sore or something like that. That it,
No,
like,
because the people, if you're infected with, like, the monster from Stranger Things, the Mind Flayer, that's it. The heat. It's like heat bothers you. Like, you get, like, have issues with heat. So he's like, I gotta go back in. Like, and he stumbles in. He's running into everyone. You're looking like he's dying. And that's when Heather, his lifeguard friend, or
Goes-
I guess his coworker,
Comes to rescue.
is like, "Are you okay, Billy?" And he's like, and he just grunts and he runs away. And then he goes to the showers and he takes a nice cold shower.
I hope
Yeah,
it was
and
cold.
then of course, Heather goes back and she's like, "Billy, do you need me to call the police?" And
Why would she call the police?
Well, she's gonna call
Like,
an
call an
ambulance because
ambulance.
she's worried he's
I need
dying.
911, and then of course, Billy attacks.
Billy strikes, and he
He just cuts to a scream, and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah, that was.
And the
I
next,
felt bad for Heather.
literally
She was
the
just
next,
being nice.
Yeah,
the
she's
next
doing her
scene you
job.
see of Heather is literally she's just tied up and beat up in the back of his trunk.
Yep. Also, every girl's dream. Get
Nope.
Nope.
tied
Nope.
up by Billy.
Nope. Morgan,
Uh-uh.
I swear,
Nope.
Nope.
Not a dream, not a fantasy. Nobody wants that. Especially what happens next to her, because he takes her out of the trunk and he lays her down and he goes, try not to move or try not to scream, whatever.
It'll be over.
This is
soon.
what-
Yeah, it'll be over
like that.
soon. And then, of course, this is where we see the big monster.
Like for the first time.
Yeah.
They reveal it.
It really just looks like they took like a bunch of the Demogorgons, combined them, and then just turned them inside out.
Yeah.
Really, just like that's kind of good.
It's
It
just
was
gross.
huge.
Yeah, and it goes and it just attacks her and it just cuts to a scream and that's the end of the
That's
episode.
Yeah, and I believe that Heather didn't make it.
She's gone, guys.
If I had to put my money on it, I wouldn't bet on her being alive.
Let's be completely honest. We all know she got billied. Okay, we all know what happened to her.
She got
okay?
flayed.
She got
Filleted.
filleted. They took over her mind.
She got flayed.
Like-
So, who was your favorite character this episode?
Me first?
Yeah, start.
Favorite character this episode would probably have to be. I'd say Robin.
Robin?
I'll say Robin because her character develops a little more.
Mm-hmm.
She officially becomes part of the Scoop Troop. And
Scoop
like
Troop.
you kind of see like where her character is gonna move forward to. It's just like you got to know her a little more. She was really smart. She was totally into the Russian spy thing. She's like, I can't believe I'm gonna say I agree with this little kid, but I do. Let's entertain the idea of Russian spies. And Steve's like, Steve's kind of into it, but like
Robin's
into it,
Yeah.
and she like cracks. the
Okay,
code.
Steve was definitely into it too.
He was, but it was just I don't know.
No, I get
Nobody expected Robin to get into it because she was like, "Who are you?"
Mm-hmm.
She was just kind of like, about everything. But now
Robin?
her character, finally comes into play.
Gets the shine, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
My favorite character this episode, probably 11. I just really liked her, like, kind of like figuring out what she liked more than what, like, because her whole life was like, oh, Hopper tells her to do this. Oh, the scientists in the lab tell her to do this. Oh, Mike tells her to do this. But she never really did anything for herself. And so this is kind of like this is like really big character building moment, I'd say. Like, when she's just in the mall, like, choosing, like, the things that she likes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
And I think that's what I liked the most about her storyline this episode. And that's why I liked her the most this episode. It was kind of just like her finally doing her own thing.
you get to see her kind of be like a normal kid for a little while.
A normal, like, I don't know how old she was, like, 15-year-old girl in the show. You
Yeah.
know, like that. It's nice.
Solid choice.
You guys actually took my choice.
No.
My first choice was Robin, and then my backup choice was 11.
So who's
So I would say, all right,
Who's
just to mix it up, my third choice. You know what? I'm gonna say the mayor, just because he played his scene. He played his character so well. As soon as you see him, you're like, I absolutely hate this guy, and that's exactly what you're supposed to. So he played it perfectly. So I'm gonna say the mayor. He
Guys,
did a good job.
I'm just gonna say it, okay? My favorite character was Enzo.
Enzo, the restaurant.
As Enzo the restaurateur.
No, actually, the rat that was in the cage.
My favorite character was the Goops crawling along the old lady's floor.
I was really tempted to say Miss Driscoll is my favorite character.
Miss Driscoll.
Miss Driscoll, she's so great.
She was so nice, and he was like, these rats are eating your fertilizer, and he's like, I know it sounds crazy, I'm old, I'm not senile, and she was just like,
Well, that's just a lie.
she was like, can I make Nancy asked to make some more phone calls in her house, and she's like, I'm old, what else do I have better to do? She was just like really nice,
Yeah,
she was
like,
a really good
She
character.
didn't seem to like being old that much.
Does anyone?
No, nobody.
Some
likes
people
being
relish
old.
in their old age, like Meryl Streep. And some people
Just
like
call Meryl
Madonna.
Streep old?
Meryl Streep is old.
Disrespect.
She does not age. Don't you ever say that.
How
Again.
could you?
Whatever you guys say.
Wow.
All right.
Favorite scenes.
Favorite scene. Oh,
I'm
all
going
right.
first, so you
He's
guys
going
steal
first.
mine.
Dang
You
it.
can't steal it.
My favorite scene was the mall montage. All right, seeing the kids go around the mall, shopping, having a good time. Everyone's happy. Everyone's just being kids at the mall, and it was just a great scene. I absolutely loved it.
Is that the second mall wasn't there a mall montage in the first episode too?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like every mall montage scene is like
Every mall montage. scene
They
was
built the
best
mall,
scene.
so they got to use it.
Yeah.
that's God. That place was just so. I wish I could go to like an '80s mall.
Yeah.
Like
when it was
like,
popular. When it was
yeah.
like banging.
Yeah.
that would be like the
Wait,
place
what?
to go.
Now you go to the mall and it's just like sucks.
Garbage.
Yeah.
It's hollow and empty.
Then you rip them off with your.
Then I rip off an
Price
American.
check.
I rip off an American Eagle with my online price check.
That's
So my
was
favorite
badass.
scene was actually the mall montage too, but I guess I won't use that because someone stole it from me.
Oh, that means someone's gonna steal mine, probably.
So my favorite scene was when, I guess another scene that I really liked was right after it was just like Happy Hopper, I'd say. When 11 and Mike don't hang out and he's just driving down the road like smiling and like dancing and like listening to the music and he's like, yeah.
That was.
That was just funny. Like you don't really get like Hopper scenes like that almost ever.
He was like laughing and.
So it was nice to see like a lighter side of him, I'd say. And I really like the song they played too.
Yeah, what song was that?
It's like "Don't Mess with Jim" or something.
That was. Whoever picked that song deserves a raise. That was like perfect.
Good choice.
Yeah. I would have to say my favorite scene was probably a lot of people's favorite scene in this episode is when Dustin shows up to Scoops Ahoy and Steve comes out and they're just so happy. Dustin looked so happy. Like
He's back!
Like genuinely happy. He's like doing that little Dustin smile. You know, he's got the front two teeth missing and stuff. It was amazing.
He's back!
And they do the
He's
yeah,
back!
he's back, he's back.
That's gonna be the biggest meme of the show, or it's one of the biggest ones. I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah, and they do the cool handshake. They do the lightsabers and they hug and then Robin's like, how many kids are you friends with? And Steve's like, you ruined it. Like, why'd you have to
You
say
guys
that?
think about it, like Dustin's really might be Steve's only friend, only like really good friends. So he's not really shown with any other.
Yeah, wasn't he supposed to be the coolest kid in high school?
No, remember he had his friends in high school in season 1. Then he ditches them because they're mean to Nancy. Then Nancy ditches him for a weird guy with a camera. Okay, and then Steve has no one. And then he takes care of the kids and saves them all.
Steve gets punched by the weird kid with the camera.
Oh yeah,
Not punched.
beat up.
His ass beaten by
He
weird
gets
kid with
whooped.
the camera.
Okay, but I'll admit this. Okay, that happens in season 1. Jonathan beats him up, but then like an episode later, like Steve comes in with like a baseball bat and like absolutely whoops the Demogorgon straight back to the upside down.
That's the only fight he's ever won.
Yes, it is. But all in all, I think this was a good episode. It was definitely like, all right, now we're into the show. First episode was introducing all the characters, where they're at, and everything like this.
I would say this is still a little bit like kind of like getting back with the characters because it's been 2 years.
Well, the
since it
plot's
was on.
starting to pick up.
It's starting to pick up. Now we know, hey, a little bit more about the Russian. There's Russian stuff going on, a lot more than we thought.
You can kind of tell who the big characters are gonna be in the episode, or you can start making your predictions.
It's a straight ensemble cast because the first season was like the Mike and 11 show, and then like the Hopper and Joyce show.
Yeah.
But like now it's like they've taken the full ensemble route where like all the characters get like equal time, except Will.
Poor Will.
He just wants to play D&D.
He just
Will's
wants.
just like, I want to play D&D, and everyone's like, nah, Will.
They're gonna be in the middle of this intense fight, and he's gonna like have his board out and be like, "You guys won't play?
It's your turn to roll.
Take 5, guys. Take a
They're,
break."
they're all fighting the Mind Flayer, and Will's dressed as a wizard. He's touching his neck. He's like, I cast protection.
Oh God.
Oh, no, I thought it was a good episode too.
It was a good episode. I liked it a lot. The next episodes are gonna get wild, though.
Oh man, yeah, they get crazy. But you gotta listen to the next episode to find out what happens in episode 3.
Yeah, so we're gonna end it right there, guys. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. Thank you for listening. We will be back next week with the next episode.
All right.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.